Oh, you have it going?
Yeah. You still have it going?
I wasn't sure. I was like...
Is it going? Hey, I'm Chris.
And this is Kara.
And we're the Midnight Babes!
Woo!
Love that.
Let me rip my vape for a second, because
Vape
we
time.
just came out of Talk to Me, and
It was really good.
I just need a moment to
I just need a moment.
get my shit together.
It's that was really good. That was really good.
That was one of the better movies I feel like I've seen in a long time, as far as I've never seen something done like that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I guess we should know, I mean, you guys already know, but there's going to be spoilers.
All the spoilers, because we're going to talk about all the things.
All the things that we thought happened, or
Yeah.
you know.
What happened?
Because there were a few times we were both like, what's going on here? So yeah, we'll just roll with our thoughts.
Yeah.
And
Because I'm really good about calling shit out. And there were some that I was able to call out. But then there's others where it's like, okay, it can go one way or the other.
Yes.
And most of the time when I'm thinking it's going one way, it went the other way.
Or we would go back and forth. I was like, I'm still not sure what's going on. I mean, even to the end with, you know what I'm talking about. We'll get there. I'm still like not sure whether
Still
that
processing.
happened. So it was great. We did have the theater to ourselves.
100%. And that really was amazing.
That was a blast.
I never get that.
We got to like express our feelings
We were
and our
loud.
fear. I mean, we got to like also discuss, you know, it wasn't like, oh, somebody's gonna tattle on us and throw popcorn.
Oh no, we're talking. Which, I mean, okay, granted, side note, whenever I'm in the theater and there are multiple people, like, I will slightly whisper, but I try not to, because
be loud.
Like,
you don't want to be like ruining somebody's movie experience. But I'm also like, what the fuck is going on?
No,
like, did I miss something?
We're very much talkers.
Yeah, like
through a movie,
but about the movie.
Yes,
not about other stuff.
No,
about the movie. So first thoughts. What was your first takeaway? What was
that was unique. I really haven't seen a possession movie like that, where it had all the twists and turns. There might be something out there, but also it was with A24, right? And I love their shit.
So do I.
So I was expecting it to be good, and thankfully it was.
It was unique. That's a good way to put it. It was
unique. It was interesting. It kept me interested. There wasn't really a dull moment.
And when there was, it was like something's about to happen.
Yeah, where it actually gave you time to process, like, what the fuck was that?
Yes, there were like a few moments, you know, like with Mia, the main character, you know, where she was in her feelings about Daniel, and I was like, well, this doesn't feel necessary to the story. However, I do need a moment to process what's going on and what's actually happening. But the actual like possession and like using it as like a party tool, if you will, I thought was fun.
And that's definitely what kids would do nowadays.
Yeah,
even like, some adults can't lie about that.
I mean, count me out after seeing that shit. But
if there was a limit, and like you guys would actually pull me out, and I would trust you, I'd fucking do it. But that's me. Like, I like experiencing that shit, even though it scares me.
I'd pull you out, but like, I don't know. You saw Homeboy. I mean, they did let him go over the limit.
I love that there was like a time limit. Like, you can do it for this long.
Like 90 seconds. They can only be in you for 90 seconds, or they want to stay, and you're like, but what if I like talking to this demon? What if the demon doesn't want to leave, or the spirit doesn't want to leave? Like, it
was interesting. But I liked how they brought with like the family dynamics. But okay, what really gets me is this, like, should we talk about this right now, or should I wait? So the demons can not intimidate. That is not the right word.
Imitate.
Thank
others.
You. Yes. So my thought was everything with her mom, Mia's mom, true? Or was it a complete fucking hoax?
See,
because it seemed off before they started the possessions.
They did. Okay, so And to give you the hindsight, like, the main character's mom commits suicide before, like, the movie, like, she's introduced into the movie, right? Yeah. So she ends up doing the talk to me thing once, and then, like, sees her mom the second time, right?
Yeah.
But, like, that first time, I was like, that ain't her mom. I was, like, assuming it was a spirit imitating her mom, like you're talking about, but the way the spirit was with her, and then she was seeing it when she was not doing the talk to me with the hand.
So back and forth.
I was like, is it her mom? Did her mom commit suicide? I still don't know.
Yeah.
That much I don't know. I guess if I'd have to guess, I would say her mom did commit suicide.
Yeah.
And I would only say it, so I was thinking about this when we were in the bathroom after.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have to change my panties, y'all. I brought a second pair. Didn't need them.
So
proud of myself with that mom bladder. I was thinking about this, and it was almost like the suicide of her mom, or like the depression surrounding the death of her mom, is essentially what created this entire string of events for Mia, right?
Yeah.
And like, if her mom wasn't dead, this string of events wouldn't have happened. So it does kind of make me lean towards, like, her mom did commit suicide, but she kept saying, the spirit kept saying, I didn't mean to die.
Yeah.
So was her mom being, like, messed with by a spirit? There's so many, like, unanswered questions there, but not enough to, like, bother me.
Yeah.
I'll say that much. Like, I feel like they wrapped the full story well enough, but there are a few lingering questions.
Yep, I agree. And I think now that I'm thinking about it, now that we're talking more about it, with Mia being pretty much like a part of the family, and how you noticed in the very beginning with Duncan only went after his brother. So is it a family thing?
That's interesting. I hadn't thought about it, but
like, it just clicked because Mia was like a part of the family and then
they
obviously
kept bringing that to our attention. Like, it was very much made aware in the movie that
Riley really was like, yeah, Mia, you're like my sister or whatever,
and like, that's like your brother.
Yeah, even though I feel like it felt like they were kind of leaning more towards she had feelings for him,
but it was, they're like family love affection.
Yeah.
You know, rather than like, I have a crush on my best friend's little brother.
Yeah.
But but that's interesting, because
there's something that I noticed, like, he didn't go after anybody else in that party but
except his brother. Although his brother is the one that came at him and broke down the door. We're talking about like the very intro scene,
which was great. That was like a minute in.
Can we talk about the fact that we're not even a minute into this movie and we see somebody at a party break down a door, somebody come out looking all fucked up like they've been through hell and back, literally, and then just stab their brother and then stab themselves in the face. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, so with that, sidetracking from like the family and everything, the whole like murder scenes are just having that intense.
They were very intense.
That was good.
They were very intense and well done. Even like, so aside from the murder scenes, the possession scenes, even though they were quick, and because they would show you like, I mean, they're at a party, so they show you like multiple kids like doing it, and it's almost like they get a high off of it.
Yeah, it's like a drug.
Yeah, and it was interesting to see how they like did the different possessions
and how they looked.
Yes,
did it
like
change their facial
morph.
features?
Yeah, it was. And is that them starting to like imitate?
See, I didn't even think about that.
I didn't either. But like, everybody's faces would change when they would become possessed, and I guess I was just like, is that what they're showing us as viewers, or what's really happening? But based off the rest of the movie, I would think that's what's really happening.
Damn.
They did a really good job with that.
Really good
I
job.
love when you guys can make me think after a movie.
Yes.
You know, can I also say the peer pressure in that movie was unbelievable? I mean, like, from all sides of, like, society and everything. From, like, did you give them drugs? To, like, do it, touch the hand,
Uh-huh.
like, to, like, a kid being like, well, I want to do it because everybody else is, and, like, them came to that pressure. I mean, like, it's just, like, pressure on top of pressure on top of pressure.
Family like, just, like, the parent pressure and shit.
Like, very much, there's a lot going on in everybody's lives. It was a wild story. Favorite scene?
Ooh. Probably when Riley got possessed and he went, like, crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that was gruesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we were both just,
Yep.
no!
That was the one that made me react the most. So that was good. But that...
The eyeball, that...
Yeah.
You know, that's about... I closed my eyes. I was like...
just watching the whole thing.
Like, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great scene. I mean, and it was fairly unexpected. Like, we kind of knew...
That and the grandma scene.
With the dog?
No, with the feet.
Oh, yeah.
The dog was good. Okay, so just as a warning, like, when we say there's stuff with the dog, it does not mean anything nasty.
Like,
it's
nasty
just like,
with
it's just
a
like
dog.
puppy kisses, you
Yeah,
know, like, but it was a little bit more intense.
You may kiss your dog on the mouth, right?
Yeah.
And, like, your dog may, like, tongue you, but you don't tongue your
The
dog
dog.
back. Okay, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, so it's nothing like super nasty, super gross. It's just one of those you're like, oh my god, why?
Why?
Like, that's nasty, but it's not like...
Yeah.
Ugh.
I wonder, and I'm just kind of like reeling now that they're like really pushing like societal pressure.
Yeah.
Because, you know, at the beginning we're talking about like the kangaroo, like put it out of its misery. The like pressure for her to do so, and yet like she couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the movie, she essentially needed to do the same thing.
Yeah. Like
and then had the will to do it.
Yeah.
And then ended up taking essentially the fall for it.
Yeah.
So this is very interesting. I mean, as a whole, like the pressure that was displayed in the movie, and it was fun.
Yeah. I think it really was a fun movie. I see why the ratings are
so high.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It is really good. It's just a fun time. There's jumps, there's scares, there's what the fuck.
There's laughs. Like the dog scene.
Yeah,
I mean,
laughing.
You're like, what the fuck's going on? But you're also like giggling, you know? And there's a few...
A typical like a teen party. It was happening. It was great.
Of course some shit's gonna go down. They did a really good job. I mean, I wouldn't like call it like a straight horror movie.
No.
It kind of rides the line between like thriller and horror, which is perfectly okay for me. Yeah. I almost would prefer thrillers over horrors sometimes, when horrors are just like not
straight.
done well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just, you know, like...
You really have to be in the mood for those.
Yes, and this was like a good, like, mixy mix of half of it you're on the edge of your seat going, what the hell is going on? Am I understanding what I thought I was understanding? And then, jump scare, and spirits, like, in possession. So, and people getting their faces smashed open by themselves.
I think, like, A24 is really one of those... obviously it's a company, but do they produce it? Is that what it is? I really got to look more into, like, terms.
I believe they produce them.
They produce them, right?
Yeah, because it's A24 Productions.
Yeah, okay, so I'm on the right track. Yeah. I mean, I watch these films. I don't know all the ins and outs of these films.
We don't run no companies. No. We don't know.
But I feel like every time I've watched one of their movies, they make me think. In a good way. It's not one of those, like, it lets you open up and try to figure out from your perspective of what you just watched. And not a straightforward, this is what happened. It was so linear.
It can be interpreted in multiple ways, which hence, like, did the mom commit suicide? You know, like, I wonder, did Jade push Mia into the street, or did Mia jump? Yeah. Did Mia change at last minute to jump? Like, what happened there? We didn't really see.
Yeah. You just see the hands kind of, like, move away, but it's like, okay, well, did she move away to turn?
Or what happened? Yeah. We don't know, but I guess from my point of view, I would like to think she sacrificed herself as she found no other way out of that situation. But I still don't get how that saves the little brother.
Well, with Riley,
Yeah.
well, it was Dalton's brother that said if you just leave them alone, they start to get weaker and they will leave. So I feel like that's what happened.
Because he was all chained up in the hospital. I mean, and
just leave him alone. He can't do shit, and the spirit will go away.
And homegirl was like, I'm not waiting.
Not waiting.
Mia said, no, we're putting an end to this, which was great and all.
Yeah.
Except she didn't.
Except she didn't.
She thinks she's walking towards the light. No,
she's
girl.
not.
Somebody else has the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert. Somebody else has the hand at the end. I was like, girl, don't go towards the light. Don't go towards the light. Because I thought she was in limbo.
Yeah, same.
And then they kind of made it clear when the hospital started changing and she was living in her worst nightmare.
Yeah.
That she was no longer in limbo and most likely hell. But I thought that was funny. I was like, why you go towards the light? Don't go towards the light! And then she shows up in a party.
Yeah.
With somebody saying, talk to me.
See,
it's full circle.
And so my thought now with that is, okay, is she going to be like, help me get across the way? Or is she going to end up turning into how the other spirits were and just fucking with them?
I don't know, but the ones that really fucked with the kids were a blast.
Oh my God.
I could see her if they ever, like, made a second.
Which I
being,
highly
like,
doubt.
A helpful guy. Yeah, A24 is not one to
the
ever
only one
do
that they ever
sequels.
really did is the Hereditary, because that's supposed to be a 3
It was made that way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so wait for that third one.
We don't ever typically hear like a sequel from A24, and that's fine.
Oh yeah.
You're not hearing complaints from me. It's hard to do a sequel. It's hard to do a trilogy.
A good one.
Yes, a good
one.
A
good one.
It's hard. So I like that they, keep it thought provoking, and then even to the end, you're like, well, this could go on further, right?
Yeah.
Like, at the party, was it a family that was there with like having their friends over? And I mean, they did make that clear even in the first party, because we were like, why the fuck is the mom in this like full on raging like high school college house party? The mom's like in the kitchen. Like the whole house is there, like siblings and shit. So now I'm like catching on to your family theory here.
And it didn't hit me until after when we started this. So it's,
if you wouldn't have said anything, it probably would have never like.
And I could totally be pulling something out of my ass, and that's like not what a lot of people will see at all.
Let
but
me
like
know.
That's me too.
And I think that's another way that they make their movies, and that's a good thing though, is that you can interpret it in so many different ways. However, they made the family dynamics very clear.
Very clear.
I really wonder what happened with her mom.
It's gonna bug me.
I know. I'm gonna have to like go down like a Reddit hole and see what other people are thinking in regards to her mom. And because at one point I was like, did her dad kill her mom?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And the more I think about it, the more I feel that's unlikely. But why was she scratching at the door? Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. That's my thought exactly.
I'm almost like, I like almost need to like rewatch it.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, well, based off what we already know. Then I can get insight onto X, Y, Z. But I feel like I paid really good attention.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, even with any of their other films, like, I've had to watch them a few times and I'm still catching shit. Even if I watched it like 5-6 times.
You're like, oh, I never saw that before. Or I never put X, Y,
like,
Z together.
Oh, and it feels like it was right in front of your face.
Like, oh, hey. So it may be a film that, like, you need to watch a couple times. I felt that way. Well, this A24 didn't do Nope. That was Blumhouse, right?
Yeah, that's with Jordan Peele.
Blumhouse. Well, okay, well, they did it to me with Nope, where I had to watch it a few times to like fully grasp everything that was going on. And I feel like this movie does the same.
Yeah.
Which again, I'm not complaining. I feel like it would be a great movie to rewatch.
Yeah.
It's not a scary movie that you just watch the one time.
Yeah.
Like the original Exorcist. Like, I don't know. I watched it.
I have to be in the mood. I have to be in the mood.
I mean, it's like something I would never be like, I'm just going to watch the original Exorcist, right? But this would be something I could be like, oh, it's a cloudy, like, rainy day. Like, I'm in for some possession. Like, some giggles as well.
And I feel like they haven't made a good possession film in a long time.
I would agree. They've just been and we talked about this. Yeah, when we were watching the previews, it's just copy paste, like, the same story essentially over and over, and we talked about how that's fine because we still like to see like how the spirits look and how they act or who they are if they tell us in the movies. We enjoy that. But this was just a fresh idea, and it was nice.
It was nice.
I liked having a fresh idea.
It really was. It was
It was refreshing.
It was refreshing.
It was refreshing. That's all I can say. It was refreshing. It was spooky.
Yep. So ratings. What would you rate it?
Out of 5 spooks?
Yeah.
I mean, that's up there for me.
Yeah.
And I don't know, again, we talked about last time the theater effect, right?
Yeah.
And being alone in the theater.
Definitely did it.
Even though I like had it really hyped in my head of how scared I was gonna be, I was still pretty scared.
Yeah.
I'm not scared after the fact.
No.
I'm more like, what happened?
Yeah.
But during the movie, I was like, nobody touched my feet.
I was like, waiting for something to come out.
Like sunken in. I don't know if you saw me. I was like sunken into like the movie theater seat. I had my hoodie, just like, oh my god. So I'd probably give it like 4.5 spooks.
Yeah.
Or like 4 1/4. 4.25 spooks would be my official spookage.
Yeah, I'm leading around like 4.4, somewhere in there.
I feel it was really well done.
I do too.
A movie has not gotten me like that in quite some time. As far as jump scares, a great storyline.
Yeah.
And again, it was something new. They had so many things going on for this movie that was working for them. There's no way that they could have really fucked this up.
No, and like I have high hope for A24. So this, like, they're still consistent in being out there for me. And I think like Hereditary, I know we'll probably do stuff over there, but like right off the bat, that was my first 5 because of how many times I had to watch it, and it fucked me up.
Because you cannot grasp what's going on.
Yeah.
Even the first like 2 or 3 times you watch it, you're still like, wait, I'm sorry.
Yep. And
let me go back.
That's how I feel how this movie's gonna be. How Talk to Me is the more I watch it,
the more you're gonna comprehend.
Yeah.
The more like you're gonna have your wheels turning. I agree.
I can't wait to go down like Reddit holes on this.
I know.
Because like we've kept away from everything. We watched the trailer
when it came out. Like when the trailer was released like months ago. I mean, it's been a while.
So I can't wait to hear and read what other people's thoughts are and like if they align with ours.
Yes.
So
however, you know, don't go into it thinking it's just like a straight horror movie.
No.
And I kind of had that mindset, but again, it was okay that it's not, because they get me on the edge of my seat as much as they had me jumping, as much as they had me hiding, as much as they had me like giggling at certain scenes. Even if I didn't want to be giggling, I was like, this is fucked up.
But I'm laughing.
I was like, this is great. Nobody knows what to do, so we're gonna sit here and laugh.
Yep. It's just like our coping too. Like we get scared and then we start laughing.
Giggle. Or Kara hides her eyes.
Yep.
I don't like eyeball stuff. I mean,
I know.
Like eyeball stuff is okay, but like that was gruesome eyeball stuff.
I can't wait to take you to Saw 10.
I mean, I saw like
we gotta go through the Saw hole now. You know,
I've seen like the first 6. They've gotten like out of control lately. And Jigsaw's like not even in this one.
Yes, he is.
He?
Yes, he is, because he's getting back about the. Total side note, like skip forward if you want. But let's like in this, at least in the trailer, he's back and he's going after the medical staff that said that they took the tumor out, but they did not. It literally says that in the trailer.
I didn't even know he had a tumor.
Yeah, that's like the first thing. What was the 3rd movie? I don't know.
Wait, Jigsaw's the little dude on the cart.
It's fucking John, the guy behind all of it.
Oh,
remember in the very first movie, he's the dead guy lying on the floor. He's the one
that's right! The one that gets the other dude to saw his fucking leg off! It's been so long since I've seen those movies. We'll probably have to go through the rabbit hole, which is fine, because like
this is what we're here for now.
I mean, and it's almost Halloween season.
It's like we're gonna have a whole Halloween list up. That one, I feel like we're gonna have more episodes throughout October. Because, I mean, it's our month. I mean...
And we just binge real hard.
We binge real hard.
That's okay.
I literally read 2 books in the past week. So...
I just started Fourth Wing, and I'll be like, I want to read more, but I know that I have to have like 2 hours of allotted time because I know once I start reading, like, I'm not gonna find a stopping point.
When my kiddo goes to sleep, that's when I'm like in it, and I don't fall asleep until 2.
Yeah, and I'm like, So tomorrow when I'm on my road trip, I'm gonna be working on stuff for The Ritual, and I'll be reading Fourth Wing, and I'm like,
we got a lot of stuff getting planned out for the podcast, so I'm very excited.
Lots of spooks, lots of sex.
Lots of spooks and lots of sex, hand in
Not
hand.
together. Well,
Sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at you, I was like, well. It's like they said when the aliens were coming. I'm like,
hey, I really need to read Ice Planet Barbarian.
Yeah. I don't know, 7 foot, like, sexy blue men. I'm like,
I got a demon one for you.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
It was a good one. We're gonna talk more about books later.
Yes, we'll do books later.
But I mean, literally, all of this is just gonna be a fun time of movies and just horror shit, and then books and smut shit. So
just us chit-chatting, giggling, giving our thoughts, opinions.
It's a fun time.
Need it or not.
We're here. Send us recommendations.
Yeah, send us recs. We love all the recs. We normally follow the TikTok smut hole of book recommendations.
Book talk is our thing.
But those lists are long, man. They're long. Yes. They're getting long.
Yep.
But yeah, we have a few books, and we'll be back soon because we'll be doing The Ritual.
Mm-hmm.
So our first book podcast.
Yes.
Smutty smut.
Smut.
And Riot.
Yeah.
It's about to get hot.
Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to sign off here then.
Peace out.
Bye. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to see more from us, you can find us on Instagram at The Midnight Babes Podcast and on TikTok at The Midnight Babes. Stay spooky, friends.